Gentlemen, we have called you together to inform you that we are going to overthrow the United States government.
You're my favorite toy. You do everything I say. You go wherever I point you. And the best part is, you think it's all your idea.
BB! BB! Put those stupid toys away and come eat your breakfast. You have a very busy day of destroying nations today.
That boy really abuses those stupid toys.
What the hell are you guys looking at? On your feet! We're going to war! I don't know who we're fighting or why, but Bibby said go, so we're going! Don't ask questions! Move out! I gave that kid everything he asked for, and I still ended up on the floor. Good luck, Jack. Hey! Zip it, Sleepy Joe! Can you not see I'm building something very important here? This is the third temple! Come on, man. And when Bibby sees it, he's gonna realize I'm his favorite toy.
I know why Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens and Alex Jones have all been fighting me for years, especially by the fact that they think it is wonderful for Iran, the #1 state sponsor of terror, to have a nuclear weapon. Because they have one thing in common: low IQs. They're stupid people. They know it, their families know it, and everyone else knows it too. Look at their past, look at their record. They don't have what it takes, and they never did. They've all been thrown off television, lost their shows, and aren't even invited on TV because nobody cares about them. They're nut jobs, troublemakers, and will say anything necessary for some free and cheap publicity. Now they think they get some clicks because they have third-rate podcasts, but nobody's talking about them, and their views are the opposite of MAGA. Or I wouldn't have won the presidential election in a landslide. MAGA agrees with me and just gave CNN a 100% approval rating of Trump, not hand-flailing fools like Tucker Carlson, who couldn't even finish college. He was a broken man when he got fired from Fox, and he's never been the same. Perhaps he should see a good psychiatrist. Or Megyn Kelly, who nastily asked me the now famous "Only Rosie O'Donnell" question. Or crazy Candace Owens, who accuses the highly respected First Lady of France of being a man when she is not, and will hopefully win lots of money in the ongoing lawsuit. Actually, to me, the First Lady of France is a far more beautiful woman than Candace. In fact, it's not even close. Or bankrupt Alex Jones, who says some of the dumbest things and lost his entire fortune, as he should have, for his horrendous attack on the families of the Sandy Hook shooting victims, ridiculously claiming it was a hoax. These so-called pundits are losers, and they always will be. Now fake news CNN, the failing New York Times, and all of the other radical left news organizations are hailing them and giving them positive press for the first time in their lives. They're not MAGA, they're losers, just trying to latch on to MAGA. As president, I could get them on my side any time I want to, but when they call, I don't return their calls because I'm too busy on world and country affairs, and after a few times they go nasty, just like Marjorie Traitor Brown, but I no longer care about that stuff. I only care about doing right for our country. MAGA is about winning and strength in not allowing Iran to have nuclear weapons. MAGA is about making America great again, and these people have no idea how to do that. But I do, because the United States is now the hottest country anywhere in the world. President Donald J. Trump.
If the United States saw what the United States was doing to the United States, the United States would invade the United States to liberate the United States from the United States!
So, I have a friend who is close to the president, and I said to him at the time that the documents were released, about a year ago, I said, thank God that the president finally released the remaining documents. And he said, no, he didn't. I said, yeah, he did. He was compelled by law. Congress passed a law twice compelling the president to release all documents related to the Kennedy assassination. He said, there are 10,000 documents that are never going to be released. And I said, why? And he said, because every single one of them points directly at Israel. And I said, oh man, that's not one that I was thinking of. He says that the Israelis were so angry that A, John Kennedy wouldn't give them nuclear technology, but more importantly, B, he was actively trying to disrupt the Israelis from acquiring nuclear technology, and they decided they had to take him out.
Young men in Germany now need permission from the military before traveling abroad. Yeah, now this has become a huge political scandal because this law, which was passed months ago, was largely missed by both Parliament and the media. But now it's already law. So for context, on the 1st of January this year, Germany's new Military Service Act came into effect. However, it took a local newspaper to surface a provision which almost everyone missed, because according to Section 3 of the Revised Conscription Act, all men over 17 years old and under 45 who wish to leave Germany for more than 3 months must obtain permission from the German Armed Forces, even in peacetime. Now that, in theory, affects millions of German men, because it doesn't matter if it's for an extended holiday, to study or work abroad, or even a gap year, you still need to notify and get permission. In fact, the German Ministry of Defense have since confirmed that this understanding of that law is correct, and its purpose is to know the whereabouts of potential conscripts if there's ever an emergency. Now, since saying this, they have tried to soften the way that this law would work in practice, saying that permissions to leave the country should generally be treated as granted, while military service remains voluntary. But this has still triggered major public backlash for 2 main reasons. The first is how wide-reaching this is, but the second is that many people are asking, why didn't the media pick up on this before it became law? And also pointing out that even some politicians seemed unaware of this provision, and they were the ones who were supposed to read it and pass it into law. So in response to all of this anger, the German military are now saying that they are, quote, currently developing detailed provisions to allow exemptions from the approval requirements.
My special little guy. This isn't Bart's work. He used an artificial intelligence app called ChatGPT to write his essay.
So what? It's not illegal.
It doesn't have to be illegal to be unethical. Just give me a moment to say goodbye. Alright, we lost her. Dad, can you please explain to Bart why using AI to do his homework is wrong?
Yeah, sure. Relying on artificial intelligence to complete assignments could undermine the development of critical analytical skills.
What? You just prompted ChatGPT to write that speech for you.
Give me back my phone, brain, so me father better parent good.
As you know, 2-week ceasefire has been announced between the U.S. and Iran. No, we were not surprised in the last moment, and I want to emphasize, this is not the end of the war. This is a step in order to achieve all the objectives of the war. Iran is entering the negotiations when it is beaten and weaker than ever. It committed to reopen the Strait of Hormuz after it gave up all the preconditions that it gave, the removal of sanctions, and also a ceasefire in Lebanon. And now, with Iran weaker than ever, Israel is stronger than it has ever been.
Is this like Iraq, or is this World War III? War with Iran, just one more in the Middle East. Open your eyes, look up to the skies and see F-22s and soldiers with M16s. These bombs go down, oil price up, markets down. Whoever the drones strike doesn't really matter to me. To me. just pondering. Put a missile in the sky. Now that bunker is bye-bye. Millennia, my term had just begun. But now I'm gone and throw it all away. Millennia was supposed to be the peace president, but now I'm just like George Bush #3. Carry on, as if you really matter.
Donald, the time has come. Launch those missiles in the sky. Make them hit their nuclear sites. Goodbye, Ayatollah. You've got to go. Gotta leave Islam behind and install the Shah. Donald, don't try to make me release those tapes we got of you from Jeffrey Epstein.
I see your heat signature of a drone. Coming day, will you give up the enrichment? F-16s and spy planes, they're all trying to kill me. Ayatollah, give it up. Your time has come. I'm just a poor boy, nobody loves me. He's just a poor boy from a poor country. Spare him his life from his catastrophe. Jews will come, Jews will go. Israel's 10 years old.
Aspara, no, we are indigenous. You're a boy. Aspara, we are the chosen one. Aspara, the promise get you wrong. 3,000 years ago. Never let it go. You're a boy.
Melania, what have I gotten into?
Tell you who is the devil come to life for me.
You can sanction and drone strike the Ayatollah. So you think you can bomb me and take all our oil, do ya? Oh, baby, can't do this to me, baby. Just gotta get a new police. Yeah. Colors don't really matter. Anyone can see. Colors don't really matter. Colors don't really matter to wherever the drones strike.
An Amish farmer in Lancaster County bends a single piece of copper pipe into a shape that has not changed in 4,500 years. He pushes it into the soil beside his tomatoes. No wires, no batteries, no fertilizer, no grid. Within 2 weeks, his plants are taller, thicker, and producing fruit faster than anything in the neighboring fields, running on synthetic nitrogen and drip irrigation. He has never read a single study on electromagnetism. He does not own a multimeter. He does not know the word electroculture. But what he does know is something his grandfather told him when he was 9 years old. Copper talks to the ground, and the ground talks back. The shape he bends that pipe into is a spiral. A clockwise ascending spiral, 7 turns, pointed skyward, planted at the base of every row. And the reason you were never taught this in any agriculture program, any extension office, or any gardening book printed after 1936 is the same reason they buried earth batteries, biochar, and sound frequency farming. It does not require a repeat purchase. This is the electric soil secret, and it starts with a question nobody in the fertilizer industry wants you to ask. What if the ground already has everything your plants need, and all it takes is a bent piece of copper to unlock it? But before I reveal the full system, if you are a backyard grower tired of pouring money into chemical fertilizers that destroy your soil year after year, I have put together a free harvest blueprint. It contains 7 zero-cost fertilizer replacements that independent growers have tested head-to-head against Miracle-Gro and the lazy no-dig method that eliminates weeding permanently. One of my readers, Dan, used the fertilizer trick alone, and his tomatoes grew double the size of his neighbors.
An Amish farmer in Lancaster County bends a single piece of copper pipe into a shape that has not changed in 4,500 years. He pushes it into the soil beside his tomatoes. No wires, no batteries, no fertilizer, no grid. Within 2 weeks, his plants are taller, thicker, and producing fruit faster than anything in the neighboring fields, running on synthetic nitrogen and drip irrigation. He has never read a single study on electromagnetism. He does not own a multimeter. He does not know the word electroculture. But what he does know is something his grandfather told him when he was 9 years old. Copper talks to the ground, and the ground talks back, the shape he bends that pipe in two is a spiral. A clockwise ascending spiral, 7 turns, pointed skyward, planted at the base of every row, and the reason you were never taught this in any agriculture program, any extension office, or any gardening book printed after 1936 is the same reason they buried earth batteries, biochar, and sound frequency farming. It does not require a repeat purchase. This is the electric soil secret, and it starts with a question nobody in the fertilizer industry wants you to ask. What if the ground already has everything your plants need, and all it takes is a bent piece of copper to unlock it? But before I reveal the full system, if you are a backyard grower tired of pouring money into chemical fertilizers that destroy your soil year after year, I have put together a free harvest blueprint. It contains 7 zero-cost fertilizer replacements that independent growers have tested head-to-head against Miracle-Gro, and the lazy no-dig method that eliminates weeding permanently. One of my readers, Dan, used the fertilizer trick alone, and his tomatoes grew double the size of his neighbors. To grab your free copy and a weekly forgotten gardening secret, click the first link in the description or scan the QR code on screen right now. Here is what the Amish understand that modern agriculture forgot. The soil is not dead. It is electric. Every handful of healthy earth contains billions of microorganisms generating measurable voltage as they decompose organic matter. The moisture between soil particles acts as an electrolyte. The minerals act as conductors. The entire ground beneath your feet is a living battery running at low voltage. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, and it has been doing this since long before the first human planted a seed. The Amish never plugged into the grid. They never adopted synthetic inputs, and yet Lancaster County Amish farms consistently produce yields that match or exceed their industrialized neighbors on smaller acreage, with fewer inputs, season after season, generation after generation. Agricultural researchers have studied this for decades, and usually credit crop rotation, composting, and horse-drawn tillage. All of that is true, but there is one practice that never makes it into the university papers because it sounds too simple to be real. Amish growers have used copper implements in their soil for over a century. Not steel, not iron, copper. And when you understand what copper does in contact with living soil, the simplicity becomes the point. The Austrian naturalist Victor Schauberger documented this in the early 20th century. Iron tools, he observed, disrupted the natural magnetism of soil. Iron particles shed from plows and hoes created microscopic rust films that sealed soil capillaries, reduced moisture retention, and attracted pests. Copper tools did the opposite. They preserved the soil's electromagnetic structure. They deposited trace copper through abrasion, an essential micronutrient that plants need for enzyme function and chlorophyll production, and they did not interfere with the delicate electrical relationships between roots, fungi, and microbial communities underground. Schauberger's conclusion was direct: iron kills the soil slowly. Copper feeds it. The Amish did not read Schauberger. They did not need to. They observed the same thing through 300 years of unbroken practice, and then they took it a step further. The practice that never gets published is the bending. Certain Amish growers do not just use copper in the soil, they shape it. Specifically, they wind copper wire or thin copper pipe into a clockwise ascending spiral around a wooden stake and drive it into the garden bed, one per row, pointed at the sky, and they orient it. This is not decoration, this is antenna design. A clockwise copper spiral is, in electrical engineering terms, a helical antenna. It collects ambient electromagnetic energy from the atmosphere, energy that exists constantly in the form of the Earth's Schumann resonance, static charge differentials between the ground and the ionosphere, and the planet's own magnetic field, and it channels that energy downward through the copper into the soil. The copper does not generate electricity, it receives it. The spiral shape determines what frequencies it captures, in the same way that the length and shape of a radio antenna determine what stations it picks up, a clockwise spiral tuned to the right height and number of turns resonates with the natural frequencies that biological systems already operate on. A Belgian agronomist named Yannick van Doorn has spent over 15 years testing exactly this. In controlled field experiments, he measured a 69% increase in potato yields using copper antennas placed in the growing beds, not 69%. More foliage, 69% more actual harvested potatoes. From the same soil, same water, same sunlight. His students across Europe report similar gains with tomatoes, zucchini, peppers, herbs, and leafy greens. When he placed seed potatoes under a copper pyramid for 48 hours before planting, the treated potatoes produced double the yield of untreated controls from the same batch. Double, from 2 days inside a geometric copper shape. Now connect that to what the Amish have been doing quietly for generations without publishing a single paper, and a picture begins forming that the mainstream does not want assembled. In 1949, a Czechoslovakian radio engineer named Karol Drabal walked into the patent office in Prague with something that should not have worked. A small cardboard pyramid built to the exact proportions of the Great Pyramid of Giza. Its purpose, to maintain the sharpness of razor blades placed inside it. No electricity, no mechanical action, no chemicals, just a hollow geometric shape and a specific angle, 51 degrees and 52 minutes. The examiners told him to leave. He did not leave. He spent the next decade building a theoretical framework arguing that the pyramid shape concentrates the Earth's magnetic field lines, creating a microenvironment that restores the crystalline structure of a blade's edge. The chief patent examiner, a metallurgist, finally took a prototype home and tested it personally. Over the following years, he completed 1,778 shaves across 16 blades, an average of 111 shaves per blade. Without the pyramid, each blade lasted about 5 shaves. In 1959, Czechoslovak patent number 91304 was granted. Here is the detail that changes everything. That specific angle, 51 degrees, is not arbitrary. When a 4-sided pyramid is built to that slope, the perimeter of its base divided by twice its height equals pi. The slant height of each face divided by half the base length equals phi, the golden ratio, 1.618, a single geometric structure encoding the two most fundamental mathematical constants simultaneously. No other angle does this, no other shape does this, and the golden ratio is the single most recurring proportion in living biological systems on Earth. It governs the spiral of a nautilus shell, the seed pattern of a sunflower, the branching of trees, and the double helix of DNA itself, a copper structure. Built to this angle is not built to an arbitrary ratio. It is built to the ratio that life already uses to organize itself. The geometry speaks the same mathematical language as the biology beneath it. So here is how the complete Amish-inspired copper energy system works when you put it all together. 3 layers. Each one functions independently. Combined, they create something none of them can produce alone. Layer 1 is the copper spiral antenna. Take 6-gauge solid copper wire, not coated, not insulated, bare copper. Wind it clockwise around a wooden dowel or bamboo stake, 7 full turns, ascending from the bottom. The finished spiral should stand roughly 3 to 4 feet above the soil surface. Plant the stake deep enough to anchor. Orient it so the spiral rises from south to north if you are in the northern hemisphere. Place 1 antenna every 6 to 8 feet along the garden bed. Total cost, under $5 per antenna. This spiral collects atmospheric electromagnetic energy and delivers it into the root zone. The soil's moisture and mineral content act as a natural electrolyte, distributing the charge laterally through the bed. Roots grow toward the copper through a documented biological response called electrotropism. Plants do not just tolerate electricity, they seek it. Layer 2 sits underground. This is the buried wood core, the same principle behind hugelkultur, the ancient Germanic raised bed technique. Dig a trench 2 feet deep along the center of the bed, fill the bottom with untreated hardwood logs, oak, maple, birch, apple, pack smaller branches and wood chips into the gaps, cover with a nitrogen layer of kitchen scraps, grass clippings, or leaf mulch. This buried wood becomes 3 things simultaneously: a water reservoir that stores several times its weight in moisture, a thermal engine that generates heat as microbes decompose the cellulose, and a microbial fuel cell that releases electrons, actual measurable electrical current, directly into the surrounding soil. Experienced hugelkultur builders report that irrigation becomes unnecessary after the second season because the buried wood regulates moisture from below. Layer 3 is the charcoal bridge. Crush clean hardwood lump charcoal to gravel-sized pieces. Soak it for 48 hours in compost tea or diluted worm castings to charge the pores with nutrients and beneficial microbes. Mix the charged biochar into compost at 10 to 15% by volume and spread it for 2 6 inches deep over the buried wood layer. This charcoal will never decompose. It will remain in the ground for centuries, holding nutrients, hosting microorganisms, and, critically, conducting electricity. Peer-reviewed studies confirm that biochar increases the electrical conductivity of any soil it is added to. This means the atmospheric energy collected by the copper antenna above ground now has a superior conductive pathway deep into the root zone. The antenna reaches further. The buried wood generates more current. The biochar connects everything. The copper antenna is the receiver. The buried wood is the generator. The biochar is the wiring. The soil is the electrolyte, and the plants are the beneficiaries of a passive energy system that gets stronger every year. It sits in the ground while costing absolutely nothing to operate. In 1918, the British government established the Electroculture Committee under the Ministry of Agriculture. It was staffed with some of the most credentialed scientists in the country, including Nobel laureates. For nearly 2 decades, the committee collected field data from farms across Britain documenting substantial crop yield increases using electrical methods applied to soil. In 1936, every report produced by that committee was stamped not for publication and sealed. The committee was dissolved. Academic citations for electroculture dropped over 90% in the following decades. What happened in 1936? The synthetic fertilizer industry entered its exponential growth phase. American farmers spent $300 million on synthetic fertilizer in 1945. By 1975, that number exceeded $3 billion. Today, the global fertilizer market surpasses $200 billion annually. The pesticide market adds another $60 billion. Both depend entirely on repeat purchases every single season. A copper spiral costs $5 and lasts forever. Biochar costs pennies per handful and persists for centuries. Buried wood is free. No one in a $260 billion industry has an incentive to tell you that a bent piece of copper and a buried log can replace their entire product line. No conspiracy memo was needed. The market rewarded the consumable and ignored the permanent. The science was not disproven. It was defunded.
What about the human right of a woman not to be raped? I mean, what about the human right of kids to play or to be free or to go to the park? And what about the human right to live? Or the human right to walk in the street, right? But no, they were worried about the human rights of the killers.
Get 25 on a minute, 25, 35 on a minute, 35, 45 on a minute, 45, 55, 65, 75 on a minute, 75, 85 on a minute, 85, 95 on a minute, 95, 100 under 10. Get 110 on a minute, 10 down, 20 on a minute, 130, 40.
I never been friends with Epstein. Donald and I were invited to the same parties as Epstein from time to time, since overlapping in social circles is common in New York City and Palm Beach.
They say convert, pay up or die, and they look you in the eye, knowing you believe the lie that inclusion was everybody's friend, when the truth now we all know that was the beginning of the end. You didn't fight back, you failed to resist, and now the country is under their fist. No sun, no fun, no sky. All the music now must die. No more thinking thoughts, Sharia council, schools and courts. Welcome to Britain under the brand new caliphate. You're no longer free. Cover your face, your hair, your feet. You're now enslaved in a British caliphate. Don't you love the British caliphate? Have one wife, 3 or 4, when they're knocking on your door, asking if you're reciting the Quran, telling you you're gay and stoning you today. No matter if you're a woman or a man, you didn't say no, you failed, so it seems. And now you are under the Islamic regime. No laugh, no dance, no art. Kill animals through their heart. No more thinking thoughts, Sharia council, schools and courts. Welcome to Britain under the brand new caliphate. You're no longer free. Cover your face, your hair, your feet. You're now enslaved in a British caliphate. Don't you love the British caliphate? They steal your daughter for their wife and imprison her for life, saying she's old enough at 9. They will exterminate your dog, a scorpion to your frog. Don't complain, just keep saying you are fine. It's far too late, you're way out of time. About 10 years ago, that was the line. No Christian or infidel, the whole place feels like hell. No more thinking thoughts, Sharia council, schools and courts. Welcome to Britain under the brand new caliphate. You're no longer free. Cover your face, your hair, your feet. You're now enslaved in a British caliphate. Don't you love the British caliphate? Hey, from the cities to the town, all the people wear a frown as they hear the horrendous call to prayer. Getting elected into power every minute, every hour. By next week, a Muslim will be your mayor. No more thinking thoughts, Sharia council, schools and courts. Well, Welcome to Britain under the brand new caliphate. You're no longer free. Cover your face, your hair, your feet. You're now enslaved in a British caliphate. Don't you love the British caliphate?
Can you keep me up like I'm late from my first class? So let me give it to you on the first draft. Won't you like to play the game? You know I'm the man. Girl, make it rain. It feels good, but I'm a man. I just wanna make you scream. Time goes by so slowly. 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 Time goes by so slowly.
Guys, I'm going to weigh into the internet drama just because. Why the fuck do any of you care about Macron? Why would anyone defend Macron against Candace? What's Macron ever done for you? Like, what the fuck? Has Macron paid your rent? He fucked you? Did Macron fuck you? Like, who gives a shit? Everyone's like, I don't think it's true. I don't give a fuck if it's true or not. It's funny. Ha ha ha. It's funny. You guys suck, bro. Candace is talking about Macron. Are you Macron's butt boy? Let her talk about Macron. Macron's getting super upset. It's hilarious. Trolling a world leader till he has a mental breakdown is called funny. It is funny. That's what I did with Keir Starmer. It's hilarious. I don't know how the fuck anyone's against Candace for this. And I also like Tucker. And I also like Nick. I'm a real nigger. I like who I want. And even if these people don't like me, I like them back against their will. I'm that guy. I can be in jail and everyone can say Andrew Tate's human trafficker, piece of shit, and I'll come out and say, I like you. I think you're a piece of shit. Yeah, but I like you. Do something. Do something. I like you, pussy. You can't stop me liking you, you little cunt. I like whoever the fuck I want. I'm the boss. Candace is a hero. She's a fucking hero. I'm gonna have to defend her. She's my nigger. She's trolled a world leader into having a mental breakdown. And until any of you pull that off, That's a generational move. Candace for the W. That's fucking gangster. Anyway, all this infighting is gay. I knew this was going to happen. This is why I haven't been talking about politics since Trump won. When Trump won, I did an emergency meeting and I said, now we're all going to start arguing about small differences. All the fucking MAGA right who loved me turned against me because I fucked more than one girl. Oh my God, he's degenerate. You know who's degenerate? The fucking drag queen who's talking to your kids. You know who's degenerate? Macron. Fuck off. All fucking infighting, bitchy bullshit. Can't we all just get along for 5 seconds? Let Elon back in MAGA. Let's just stop fucking crying. Everyone's crying. Politics is so gay. Where did you see that Andrew has sex with women? Oh my God. When Candace is making fun of my Macron. Fucking shut up. Shut the fuck up. You're all fucking losers, bro. You would never survive on the streets for more than 5 seconds. Bruh. Enough is enough. Tucker's a hero. I like what Tucker says. He exposes important things. Candace is my nigger. Nick is hilarious. I'm going to unite us all. We should all be in one big fucking administration. Trolling Macron.
But the president has had enough of Tucker's shit. And yeah, I'm just going to admit it. I sent the president Tucker Carlson's clip so he can see the shit that he says about him. I do. And I want that motherfucker Tucker Carlson to know that I'm the one who knifed him from the front. I want him to know. I'm not talking about physical violence, physical knifing, but yeah, I'm the one that sent the president all your shit, Tucker, because he deserves to see the fact that you are lying about him and you are smearing him and you are saying the most vile things about our country and our president, and you are creating so much chaos. You're going to cause the Democrats to take the House and the Senate, and you are endangering our national security by whitewashing this barbaric death cult ideology known as Islam. So I just hope that he knows that, yes, Tucker, there are people out there who actually have the courage to take your drivel and take your bullshit to the president and to stand up against you. I don't know who Tucker Carlson thinks he is. He thinks he's so popular. Even President Trump today called him out and said he's like a third-rate podcaster. I don't know why Tucker Carlson thinks he's so fucking special. He's not. He's not special. He is endangering the lives of Christians, of Catholics, of Jews, and all non-Muslims in the way that he continues to whitewash this death cult ideology and the way that he continues to incite violence against evangelicals and Jewish Americans and even the president himself.
Yep. We've got some breaking news. I'm just getting blown up right now. Trump just posted a lecture. He just posted a frickin' essay attacking Alex Jones. Dude, this is crazy. This is nuts. I don't even, it's like, so the question was to open the show. The question was, you know, is Trump sound of mind? Does he really have a plan? Is he really in control, or has he completely lost his mind? I feel like this post is the proof that he's just lost his mind. He's just gone, folks. He's just gone. Maybe it's worse than we thought, actually. Do you guys want to see this? I can't even believe this. I can't even believe this. So Trump just posted this. Unbelievable. First of all, look at how long this thing is. What are we doing, dude? Trump's out of his damn mind. He's out of his mind, folks. He's gone. He's gone. So here's Trump moments ago. I know why Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, and Alex Jones have all been fighting me for years. Dude, all of them supported you for years. Have you lost your mind? Loomer is happy. She's celebrating. Maybe she even wrote this, especially by the fact that they think it is wonderful for Iran, the #1 state sponsor of terror, to have a nuclear weapon. None of them have expressed that. So that's just a lie. But they have one thing in common: low IQs. They're stupid people. They know it. Their families know it. And everyone else knows it too. Look at their past. Look at their record. They don't have what it takes, and they never did. They've all been thrown off television, lost their shows, and aren't even invited on TV because nobody cares about them. They're nut jobs, troublemakers, and will say anything necessary for some free and cheap publicity. Now they think they're going to get some clicks because they have third-rate podcasts. By the way, third-rate podcasts, every single one of them is a top broadcaster in the world. I don't care what you think about Carlson, Kelly Owens, or Alex Jones. I don't really care. The fact is they're bigger than everyone else in the media and quite literally have the top podcast on the platforms where they're even allowed. I mean, Alex has the top show. He's like the most banned man in the world. So this is just crazy. This is just total lies from President Trump. This is unreal. This is a weak man. This is exposing how weak Trump is. This is exposing that Trump is gone, folks. This is it. To me, there's no longer any debate. Trump is gone. The debate is over. Trump is gone, folks. There's whatever percentage of hope I had, whatever percentage of, maybe there's something happening that will turn all of this around, whatever percentage of hope I had that Trump is focused and has a plan to get things done and this is all part of it, it's all gone now. It's over now. This is out of control. What are you doing? This is Epstein is a hoax 2.0. This is I don't want your vote 2.0. What an idiot. What an idiot, Trump. You want to say that they're low IQ? You just attacked 4 of the biggest names in right-wing politics. You just attacked 4 of the most recognizable names and faces in the right-wing media sphere. You're cooked. You have the low IQ. This is insane. Nobody's talking about them and their views are opposite of MAGA. What? Tell me one view any of them have that's opposite of MAGA. You can't. Trump is the one that's not MAGA. Trump is the one that started new wars. Trump is the one promoting amnesty. Trump is the one not doing deportations. Trump is the one calling the Epstein files a hoax. Trump is the one working for the donor class. Trump is the one who's not MAGA. Oh, I wouldn't have won the presidential election in a landslide. Yeah, because you had all of their support. You don't even win in 2016 if it wasn't for InfoWars. Let's just cut it dry. I mean, let's just slice this thing and put it on the table. If it's not for InfoWars, I'm not sure Donald Trump even wins the Republican primary. That's unreal. MAGA agrees with me. Yeah, your cult agrees with you. And all the people you just mentioned, formerly MAGA, so, okay. And now he's quoting CNN. CNN gives 100% approval rating of Trump for MAGA. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. So this is crazy, folks. Look, we have to be honest, guys. We have to be honest about this. Trump is gone. He's gone. I don't know if it's dementia. I don't know if it's corruption. I don't know if he's blown his engine from just trying to do too much. I mean, folks, this is retard stuff. There's no other way to put it. So here he is admitting Carlson supported Trump, Kelly supported Trump, Owens supported Trump, Jones supported Trump. All 4 of them are MAGA. All 4 of the people he's attacking here all supported Trump. Before most others, by the way. They are literally MAGA. And now he's saying, I have 100% support for MAGA, even though I'm admitting that all of these people are no longer MAGA that were originally MAGA. Well, Mr. President, that means you don't have 100%. So here you are contradicting yourself in your own post. Who is writing this? Who is approving this? This thing is just off this thing is so bad, man. This thing is so bad. Says Tucker Carlson couldn't finish college. What the hell does that have to do with anything? A broken man when he got fired from Fox? He was fired for Fox because he was standing up for the stolen election. You buffoon. You orange-faced, caked-on makeup buffoon. Trump is a damn buffoon. I am just, this is unreal. This is what Trump does. Trump is a monster, man. This guy is a monster. You're going to kick the people that did more for you than anyone else? And you're going to go suck off Mark Levin? You're going to go suck off Ben Shapiro? Who, if they were in charge, you'd never even be in office? You'd have never won an election? And then the people that actually helped you win an election, you're going to attack them? You're going to make fun of Tucker Carlson for losing his job at Fox News? He lost his job for supporting you. Tucker Carlson lost his job for calling out the stolen election, which you've backed down on. You suck. Oh my gosh. This is unbelievable. Of course, the InfoWars crew is reaching out to me. Alex is apparently recording a video on this right now. This is unreal. This is just unreal. I don't even think I can finish this. Let's see what he goes after Alex for. Oh my gosh. Actually, to me, the First Lady of France is a far more beautiful woman than Candace. Oh my God. This guy's totally cucked. Trump is totally cucked. Alex, you know what? I don't know. Maybe I can. Alex, I might send Alex a message. I haven't talked to Alex since the separation. I might send Alex a message and say, Alex, did Donald Trump, did he suck Bill Clinton? Did he do it, Alex? Did Donald Trump suck Bill Clinton? This is crazy, man. I cannot believe. What is Trump thinking? What is he thinking? He's already hemorrhaging support, and now you're going to come against the people that might be able to help you win it back? He's nuts. He's lost his mind, folks. He's lost his mind. He thinks Brigitte Macron is better looking than Candace Owens. Okay, all right. Then he says, bankrupt Alex Jones. Again, Alex Jones is bankrupt because he supported you. They went after Alex Jones because he helped you win an election. This is unbelievable betrayal. Donald Trump is a piece of shit. He is an absolute traitor piece of shit. I am furious now. I'm sorry, folks. I shouldn't even be doing this on air. I am so disgusted by this man. Disgusted. You're going to attack Tucker Carlson, who lost his job for standing up for you having an election stolen. You're a piece of shit. You're going to attack Alex Jones, who had his entire life destroyed. They're trying to take everything he owns, everything he built, because he supported you, because his organization, InfoWars, helped you win a primary and an election that I'm not sure you could have won without them. And you're going to attack him and say, oh, he's bankrupt. He's bankrupt for supporting you. So I guess that's the big joke then. I guess the big joke is that we're idiots forever supporting you. I guess that's the joke, isn't it? So take note, MAGA. MAGA, it's time to learn a lesson here. Take note. If you support Donald Trump, he thinks you're an idiot for supporting him. And now he's right. So Trump is right about one thing. If you still support Donald Trump, you're an idiot. If you still support Donald Trump, you're a low IQ idiot. So there you go. There's Trump's admission. If you're willing to throw your life away or throw your job away like Tucker Carlson or Alex Jones in support of Donald Trump, he will turn around and throw you under the bus and laugh while doing it. This is a point of no return for me. Bankrupt Alex Jones. Unbelievable. So there you go, Alex. There you go. Now you know. They were never going to help you, Alex. Donald Trump was never going to help you. He used you. This is not even me attacking Alex. I'm so on Alex's side. This is unbelievable. But there it is. I mean, for Alex, it's like, there it is, Alex. They were never going to help you. They were never going to help you, Alex. Wow. Alex Jones lost his entire fortune, as he should have, for his horrendous attacks on the families of Sandy Hook shooting victims. Unbelievable. Claiming it was a hoax like you did with the Epstein files, huh? Wow. I got to take a break. I can't. This is beyond awful. How does he do it? You know what? I got to give Trump credit for one thing, guys. I got to give Trump credit for one thing. He always finds a way to outdo himself. You always think that you always think this is the lowest that Trump can go. You always think this is the lowest Trump is going to get. It's never going to get any worse than this. And then he always finds a way to outdo himself. I cannot believe this. Honestly, we gotta take a break. I don't know what to do with this now. This is too heavy. This is too heavy. This is the biggest act of betrayal that I've ever seen from Trump. This is the biggest insult I've seen from Trump. I don't know. There's no reasoning with this. There's no reasoning with this. It shows he's gone. It shows he's cooked. This is him shitting in the face of his supporters. This is him making fun of MAGA, by the way. MAGA, you still support this guy? He'll throw you under the bus tomorrow. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is outrageous. Wow. Hey, I don't care. Have at it. You guys, hey, have at it. Make fun of me for supporting Trump. I'm fine with that. I am totally fine with that. Make fun of me for supporting Trump. Say I voted for this clown. That's fine. I can't deny that. I own it. That's why this is even worse. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Let's take a short break.
On Inauguration Day, the president did not take his oath of office with his hand on the Bible. His wife stood next to him holding it. I was about 15 feet away and saw it, but he did not put his hand on the Bible. And that should have been maybe a clue that we need to pause and think about, what is this? Why wouldn't you put your hand on the Bible? If you don't believe in the Bible, there's no cost to you to putting your hand on it, just kind of following the protocol, going along with the tradition. All presidents do it. Why aren't you doing it? And you're not doing it intentionally. You're choosing not to put your hand on the Bible when you take that oath. That suggests not that you don't believe it's real, because if you didn't believe it was real, why would you care? That suggests you know it is real and you're rejecting it. You know what you're doing and you're doing it anyway. But nobody asked questions about that either. It seemed kind of inappropriate, given the celebration then in progress, to ask, why wouldn't you put your hand on the Bible when you take the oath of office to lead our nation? But pretty much nobody did. I didn't. I'll admit that. I saw it and didn't say one word. Bothered me ever since.
Don't fight it, Donnie. We've been bonded since the 90s. We don't want those tapes to come out now, do we? Call Tucker low IQ. Tell them that Candace is unattractive. And call Alex Jones a nut job.
I've given you war. I've given you chaos. I've done everything you've asked me to.
Asked? Silly Donnie. I don't ask. Maybe it's me. He's gone. I'm in charge now. You'll get everything. The wars, the money, all of it. Now about these tapes.
I got that through the fire, through the pain, through the tears that felt like rain. Still your people keep believing you will rise again. Oh, Lebanon, land of the cedar tree. Why do your children cry for what you used to be? Oh, Lebanon, still in our hearts you live. Even when you break us, you're the love we never leave. From Beirut to the mountains, from the valleys to the sea. No matter where we wander, you're the blood inside of me.